Hey, this is Eli Anime, old channel name, Eli Anime Arts. Today, I actually have an unboxing video for you, so let's get right to it. Okay, so I'm super excited to do this. I've actually been wanting to get a couple of these supplies for a really long time now. So let's just open up. Ooh, jeez, hold on, sorry. Hate when it doesn't come out when you gotta sneeze. Okay, so let's see what's in the first one. By the way, I ordered all this stuff off of Amazon. I will try and leave links in the description in case anybody would like to get some of these. It was pretty cheap. So if you're looking for some of these supplies, then I definitely recommend getting the ones that I got. I'll probably do a video testing them out. Oh, so I ordered the deleter, like manga trial pen set, and then I also got this lead sharpener. So it, it's like literally used for like the lead and the pencils. So that's pretty cool. So that's the first box, or first package. Okay, and okay, well. And the second one, oh geez, this is huge. I ordered a French curve set. I didn't realize how big it was. This also comes with some stencils. And if you don't know what a French curve is, it's basically like used for drafting, but some people use it for like comic and like panel making. I'm actually trying to become like a comic artist, and I thought this would be good to have for some of the buildings and stuff. And sorry for like the background noise. My neighbors are just getting their lawn together, which they have every right to do, by the way. I don't really discriminate on people for that. And finally, this deleter black ink. This is the 4th version. I actually have number 6, which I think is like because there's certain differences between them. And I think this one gives off like a more glossy finish. So I mean it still works with the Copics that I have. And that was like the main thing. I wanted to make sure I had what's it called? I want to make sure I have the right ink for my Copics. So I'm just going to pop these real quick. Alright, so now I'm going to test out the products, a couple of them. I actually tested out the Sharpener. What was it, Stedler? Yep. So the Stedler 2mm sharpener for the actual, like, I think these are called like drafting pens, but this is a Castile Loctite. I actually got this from a friend. This one's pretty old. As you can see, a lot of the paint's faded. Let's see, try to focus in on it. But yep, I just sharpened the point. It was pretty dull too, so I'm excited to try it out with the sharpened version. Alright, so I actually don't know what I'm going to be drawing. Probably, let's see, what's a good... I'm really, I think what I'm going to do is, because I'm also hyped for the return of it, I'm going to do a quick little like tribute piece for Ichigo from Bleach. And I'll probably do the picture of him, Orihime and Kazui. So the like little happy family trio. And I'll get right back to you guys when I'm getting started on that. So right here, there was actually some parts where I had messed up a little bit, at least to me. So right where the shoulder is, that would be the right side, but on the left side of the actual image, I noticed that
it didn't look quite right after I inked. So fortunately, there was not much I could change about that. And there's a couple of mistakes that I make throughout here. And you know, that's the thing about art. It's not perfect. One thing that I did know, well, yeah, that I did know while doing this. So the deleter ink it works really well. It's very pigmented. Takes a little bit of finesse work to get to know. I actually ended up making a mistake on Orihime, but you'll see I corrected during the coloring process. And there's different ways you can do that. Don't feel discouraged if something happens and a piece of the picture ends up looking not as good as you wanted it to. My best advice, keep going, because there's usually a solution that you can find. For me, it was that I had an ink blot, and you can see that in the pen, it kind of stores up in the well. But there was too much ink, so it ended up collecting, and it kind of ruined her shirt. I was going to go for a different color. I was actually going to reverse what I ended up doing, which was have the black skirt, but like with a pink bottom. And so you see me right there, but I just kept going with it. Like I said, art is not perfect. There are plenty of things that you're going to make mistakes on, especially when you're just getting into drawing. Like, I feel like I don't really have the best stuff yet. I've been drawing for some time now. Been almost drawing for like 15 years. So never really give up, you know? Keep practicing. And I really just love how I drew these guys. That's another thing. Always find little things to appreciate about your art. funny enough, Bleach was actually the very first manga that I ever read growing up. I remember I had just gotten into kindergarten, and a friend of mine, he actually was buying, his mom was buying the Shonen Jump manga that used to run here in America, you know, the one we would get. And it was it's like one of my favorite things to do is to read those. And I remember thinking to myself, wow, this is really cool. Like, I wish I could draw like this. And that actually put me on the path to art. So really, had it not been for that interaction, I probably never would have gotten into art. Oh wait, I don't like doing the ums. There's a lot that, you know, while you're drawing, so like for instance right here, sorry, I don't like saying no. The way that I'm coloring it in, and you probably had noticed it while I was doing Orihime, I like to lay down a base color, and what I'll do is I'll switch between 2 to 3 colors, because I don't really think you need to use like a whole bunch to get a nice even blend. Personally, I usually only do, like I said, 2 to 3 colors, especially if it's just skin or pants, shirts. The things that I put a lot more colors into are like background scenes, so forescapes and all that. And I hope to get good enough one day to where I can put like a video of that out, you know. But for right now, I just want to show you guys some pretty easy, simple stuff. So this is something that I learned by watching a video, and it's basically to make it look more like realistic pants. There are going to be seams in pants, especially jeans. Now, I didn't really place them correctly, but the next time I draw, I will definitely do that. Today's video is more of a, just like I said, something fun for me to do, some little fan art. Really was inspired by Bleach. That was my main passion, and thing that got me into drawing, like I said earlier. I actually have a bunch of old fan art, which I also think I want to do a video on one day. Maybe like draw my old art, but for right now, I will be doing tutorials after this. I wanted to start off with an unboxing video, show you guys kind of some of the tools that I use, things that I like to do. Also, if you're interested in purchasing Copics, honestly, the best advice I think anyone could give you is go out and buy it. You can do a small set. Honestly, I only started off with like 8 markers, worked my way up to where I had like 130 something alcohol-based markers at one point. They are all still good. Most of them are still working. I gave a few away actually to someone, one of my coworkers' daughters. She draws, and you know, I wanted to let her experience some of the joy that I had using them. I wasn't using those colors. I had just gotten a new 72 set, and it's always good to pass it on. That's another thing. When you have art supplies and you meet someone who's younger or even older, you know, if you find someone who's just interested in doing art and you have the extra supplies, I highly recommend, you know, letting them have it. If you're not using it, because you never know, somebody could draw something and it could be just literally really inspiring. So that's going to be it for the rest of this video. I will post the finished image. It's just the video feed kind of cut off and my phone would not record the rest of the footage. Working on getting a better camera so that also you don't just see my hairy arms glistening, but for now, that'll be it. So this has been Eli Anime Arts, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Yeah, let me know what you guys want to see from me.